Alright, what is going on, guys? This is Son of Steel back at it again with a brand new video, and as the title says, Week 2 NFL predictions. So we are now into Week 2 already. So we have seen some wins, we have seen some losses, we even seen some ties. Of course, we've seen that crazy game that Pittsburgh actually won against the Bengals with those field goals getting missed, and then finally Boswell getting the final uh, field goal win for the win for Pittsburgh. Uh, so congratulations on that one, Pittsburgh. Anyway, let's get started with these predictions. So, starting off Thursday night, the Los Angeles Chargers at Kansas City. I almost said San Diego Chargers. Do apologize. Uh, where do I see this prediction going? So I really like this matchup as well. I think this is going to be a very tough call, but I feel like the Chiefs are definitely going to win this game. Even with the wide receiver shifts in there. I mean, they got Juju Smith-Schuster as their wide receiver, and then Montez Valdez-Scantling in there, and then you have Sky Moore. Clyde Edwards-Helaire looked healthy as he can be. And then when you have the Chargers, we now know Keenan Allen, he's going to be out for that game. They are going to be a wide receiver short. So I expect probably Austin Eckler and even Mike Williams to bounce back from their stalemate performance from the last game. So in my prediction, uh, the Chiefs win it 27-20. Okay, so heading into Sunday, the New York football Jets at Cleveland. So where do I see this prediction going? So this is interesting enough. You had the Browns who basically got the last laugh against the Carolina Panthers, beating out Baker Mayfield in a very close game. Uh, and also, the Jets still look the same, saying they can't even win. And of course, it looks to me like Joe Flacco will definitely play uh, again. So what's funny is, and I've noticed this too, the New York Jets is facing the AFC North 4 weeks in a row, basically the entire division, in over a month. So I find that a little hilarious though. So I would say the Browns would have the edge on this one. I think Jacoby Brissett did a fine job playing in the absence of Deshaun Watson's suspension. And, of course, Kareem Hunt did absolutely awesome, scoring 2 touchdowns. So, for my prediction for this game, I am definitely going to say Browns are going to win it 21-12. All right, so the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Where do I see this prediction going? And I have seen a lot of these games with the Bucks and Saints, and it is definitely a shootout. Every time they meet, it's always a shootout with them. So, uh, I mean, Jameis Winston looked amazing. Uh, they utilized Jarvis Landry, their new wide receiver. Michael Thomas is absolutely back into his original form. I mean, I just think a lot of people uh, don't even know the guy even existed. Well, yeah, hello. The guy has been out of football for pretty much 2 years with just ongoing injuries. And right now, if Mike Thomas, if Michael Thomas can actually be as good as he was in the last game, there is no doubt this guy is probably going to win comeback player of the year. So, uh, Tom Brady, it's probably beneficial that this will be officially his last game. Well, actually, sorry, last season uh, for this football season. So, I mean, dear heaven to God, the guy pretty much plays till he's 50. It's like, oh well, hey, you know what? I'm just going to actually play 5 more years of football. So, I would say for this prediction, I am going to go with the Buccaneers for the win, even though I think the Saints may pull it off. I just give the Buccaneers a little bit of an edge. Uh, I think their defense is a little bit better. Their offense is basically the same. Both New Orleans and the Bucks offense is almost equal. Uh, my prediction for that one will be 27 Buccaneers, 24 Saints. Okay, so let's go to the next one. The Carolina Panthers taking on the New York Football Giants. So where do I see this prediction going? So this is I going to go with the Giants because absolutely the Giants absolutely pulled out a miracle right out of their ass. Like, I mean, we all saw Brian Dable get into Josh Allen, uh Daniel Jones's face just to play better, and we're seeing the real Saquon Barkley now that has absolutely just been injured for the past couple seasons. He just wasn't the same guy ever since. And now he is returning into absolute glory form. I mean, again, this Saquon Barkley in for the running for comeback player of the year if he can stay healthy as well. Just like with Michael Thomas with the New Orleans Saints. Uh Panthers, they look good against the Browns, but it just wasn't good enough to beat them. Uh, Giants really are looking very different now, and it's something I do like with the New York Giants. I mean, if they were the same team last year, I would have gone with the Carolina Panthers, but with this year, I gotta go with the Giants because of their improved offensive line, Saquon Barkley returning into absolute glory form, Daniel Jones uh, getting a wake up call by Brian Dable, and just being such a hard ass on him, and he definitely needs a swift kick in the ass some of these days, and I definitely see the Giants possibly winning it, and plus, it is in uh at their home stadium, so I'm going to say the Giants 27, the Panthers 17. Okay, so the main event for the Steelers. So the New England Patriots taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers at Heinz. I'm not going to call this new stadium a Krisher. I don't even fucking know how to say it, but it's still Heinz to all of us. So where do I see this prediction going? Uh, Despite having T.J. Watt uh tear his pectoral muscle, and of course we all heard the good news out of T.J. Watt and the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is definitely going to be back. The pec muscles, his tendon did not tear. He has a partial uh, pectoral muscle tear, which he does not require surgery. If he would have required surgery, his season would have been over, and it would have just been the most saddest day for Pittsburgh fans. And we all know Pittsburgh knows. Uh, TJ Watt is definitely the heart and soul of this franchise. I mean, he just got uh, a contract extension, and he finally got Defensive Player of the Year last year after getting cheated out of Defensive Player of the Year by Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, for God's sake. The guy who basically clapped two helmets at two opposing Bengal players, which still, we're not even hearing about the suspension about Aaron Donald, or even if there even is going to be a suspension for Aaron Donald, which is absolutely ridiculous. So, okay, so moving on. Um, so yes, I do say Pittsburgh will absolutely win this because the defense absolutely stepped up. Even without TJ Watt, we saw other guys step up uh, in that defense as well as that offense. Mitchell Trubisky looked great. I mean, first half he looked great. Second half looked a little shaky. Offensive line, same thing, a little bit shaky. So, and also the Patriots absolutely, basically, had an upset and got crushed by the Dolphins. And Dolphins played very well. Patriots, a lot of problems with them. I mean, Mac Jones, I just think Mac Jones is probably going to end up becoming Alex Smith 2.0. He's probably never going to be at the same caliber as Tom Brady, and everybody knows that. Um, so, and also, free agencies. They lost J.C. Jackson, Dante Hightower, Kyle Van Noy. All those guys are gone. Those were very impactful players for the New England Patriots. Offensive line looking a little weak. They ended up drafting uh, a brand new guard for their first pick by the name of Cole Strange. I mean, come on. We all knew, uh, Doctor Strange came out during almost that time, or actually right after that. But you really gotta draft a guy named Strange. Come on, New England. So, all right. So, my prediction here: Steelers wins it. First home game win. For the season, 28-20. Okay, so the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars at Jacksonville. So, where do I see this prediction going? So, man, we all saw the tie between the Colts and the Texans. The Colts could have won that game if a certain kicker would have actually got the field goal. And of course, we all saw uh, reports that Rodrigo Blankenship, aka Hot Rod, is no longer with the team because the guy just wasn't insufficient. I liked the guy. He had good character. He just wasn't a good kicker for the Indianapolis Colts. I don't even know who the Colts kicker is going to be at this time. So, and we saw last year with the Colts and Jaguars meeting each other for Week 18 last year that the Colts basically blew the game. I don't know if it was on purpose or they just absolutely just got up, upsetted by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Uh, with that said, that pushed the Pittsburgh Steelers right into the playoffs, as well as the whole Raiders winning against the Chargers. If it would have ended in a tie, the Pittsburgh Steelers would not have gone to the playoffs. So, but in my honest opinion, I just really didn't think we should have went to the playoffs. But it was a good thing we did, though. So, all right. So back to this prediction. So, um, it just feels like the Colts are overall the much better team than the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, they got Travis Etienne back. Yeah, they added some young guys. Trayvon Walker, who was the #1 pick, which obviously I really thought they should have went with Aiden Hutchinson, but it is what it is. But they also went with another first rounder. I forgot his name. If you guys let me know, I do apologize for that. So, and also Matt Ryan looking really well with this new team. Yeah, he looked. I mean, he looked well against the Texans. I mean, we obviously are seeing Michael Pittman as the new #1 receiver. So I am going to predict the Colts wins this game just because I think they're just a better team. Colts 20, Jaguars 14. Okay, so moving on, the Miami Dolphins at Baltimore. So, where do I see this prediction going for this one? I am going to definitely say the Dolphins just because they look fantastic against the uh, Patriots when they played them. I mean, they took some risky plays and it was totally worth it. The new coaching staff uh, basically worked out for them. Ravens, I'm not sold on them uh, really because I'm just not. I'm just not really just sold on the Baltimore Ravens, even though they won. Uh, they still do not have a #1 receiver to answer the call. So Mark Andrews is basically the #1 uh, receiver. So he's a tight end though. Um, Based on that alone, I just think Dolphins are a much better team, both on offense and defense. And I gotta say, uh, I just don't think Baltimore would actually win against this game. So my final prediction for this game is the Dolphins 26, the Ravens 21. Okay, so moving on, the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Los Angeles Rams. So, where do I see this prediction going for this one? I am definitely going to go with the Rams on this one. Uh yeah, the Rams just wasn't a great team when they faced the Buffalo Bills. I mean, absolutely, Matthew Stafford got intercepted 3 times in that game and was just getting sacked. I mean, that team just did not do its job. Jalen Ramsey got absolutely burned by Stephon Diggs. I mean, the dude is overrated. And then on the Atlanta Falcons side, I mean, Cordero Patterson looking like an absolute pro in running back. So he did get that 2-year extension contract to become the Falcons' #1 running back slash receiver. And I'm still not sold on Marcus Mariota just yet. So uh, he's now becoming that leader now when he was with the Titans and stuff. But I feel like the Rams are going to bounce back from their devastating loss from the Buffalo Bills. I think they're just going to be a much better team. And of course, Cooper Kupp is going to be really awesome. I still question the running game of that Rams offense. So I do say the Rams win this game, getting their first win. 31 Rams, Falcons 20. Okay, so a NFC West rivalry. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers at Santa Clara. So, where do I see this prediction heading? Uh, I'm going to say the 49ers would actually win this alone. Just the fact they're at home, I just feel like when San Francisco went to Chicago to face the Bears, they should have won that game. And of course, Chicago's stadium, like their field, was just absolute crap. And it was just basically like a slippery water hazard. I mean, still, they cannot get proper uh, turf to actually do something about it. And of course, they ended up putting in new grass, but did that make any difference whatsoever? No, it didn't. Bears pretty much won just by luck, uh, for the fact. I feel like San Francisco should have won that game. But when that's said, uh, I just feel like San Francisco will win this. Yeah, despite you have Elijah Mitchell, who's pretty much going to be out for 8 weeks with an MCL sprain, and stuff. So, and of course, we're still waiting for George Kittle to return. Probably Trey Lance's potential security blanket for this game. Seattle, yeah, they won against Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos, but really, I can't really. I'm not sold on Geno Smith as of right now. Of course, we all saw like what Geno Smith did in Sunday Night Football in last year in Week 6 when he played against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He played decent, not great, decent. So, uh, but still, I just think the 49ers is a better team based off, I just feel like they have a better offense and defense. So, my prediction for this one, the 49ers 24, the Seahawks 17. Okay, so next game, the Cincinnati Bengals heading to Dallas, Texas to face up against the Dallas Cowboys. So, where do I see this prediction going with this one? So, I would usually say the Cowboys, but now you have Dak Prescott, who is expected to miss multiple games because of a hand injury. Uh, but Cincinnati is definitely the better team overall. Uh, this was probably, in my perspective, the Bengals are definitely the better AFC team in this one. If not the most competitive, if not a great contender. So, I mean, although Joe Burrow just looked very terrible in the game against Pittsburgh, getting sacked by the Pittsburgh Steelers and getting picked off like 3 times. Well, actually 4 times. I don't know if that was correct or not. If not, I do apologize. Uh, if the Bengals really want to win this game, they should not underestimate the Dallas Cowboys. With this one because they are too going to be a hungry team to win. So, based on that alone, I feel like the Bengals are going to win this game. Just because, you have Joe Mixon, they got Jamar Chase, their defense looked pretty good. I just feel like their offensive line needs to improve and step up. That's why they uh, brought in all those free agents into Cincinnati to help that offensive line and to rally around Joe Burrow. Dallas Cowboys. Uh, Cooper Rush is most likely going to be the starting quarterback. Um, CeeDee Lamb, we're still not seeing him step up into that number one role. Uh, Ezekiel Elliott looks like an absolute dumpster fire in the last game, but of course, the dude was absolutely stuffed against a high-powered, run-stopping defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Uh, so I'm definitely going to say I'm going to say the Bengals wins this game. My prediction for that game will be 36-20. Okay, so the Houston Texans taking on the Denver Broncos at Mile High. So where do I see this going? Um, I'm gonna say the Denver Broncos just because Russell Wilson definitely had a good game. Wasn't a revenge game that he wanted uh for this one. I mean, he would have loved to actually defeat his old team, but I feel like Denver overall is probably the much better team than Houston. Uh, Davis Mills, the quarterback, looked really good. I mean, in that game. I mean, the offensive line stepped up, uh, including some other uh, receivers. O.J. Howard, Brandon Cooks, they stepped up. Denver, I feel like they're going to do the same thing. I mean, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Albert O. And of course, I would just say Denver pretty much wins it just because of how high of a caliber they are with Russell Wilson. My final score for this game is Broncos 31, the Texans 24. Okay, so moving on to the next game, the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. So, where do I see this prediction going? Uh, I am definitely going to say the Raiders. Just the fact that they now have Devontae Adams. They found their number one receiver. He absolutely did fantastic in that game. I mean, both Derek Carr and Devontae Adams. And then you have the Cardinals who can't even get their foot in the ground. I just don't know what is going on with Kyler Murray at this point. Uh, Still, he's missing DeAndre Hopkins, who is suspended for the performance enhancement drug policy. So he won't be back for a while. Although he has Hollywood Brown, but he's not DeAndre Hopkins. So he would have actually loved to actually have Hopkins and Hollywood together in that game. I don't know about the contract extension that Kyler Murray actually got. Uh, I feel like that could be a mistake. I feel like they overpaid him and stuff, but at the same time, I think it's well deserved for Kyler Murray. He is definitely a quarterback Arizona has been searching for a long time. I mean, he can win games, unlike some of the other past quarterbacks. Last quarterback to actually win them games was Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner, I say. I mean, but overall, with this game, I just don't think the Arizona Cardinals are going to win this game against someone that has a very strong wide receiver like Devontae Adams. I'm going to take it with the Raiders. My final prediction for this one, the Raiders 28, the Cardinals 21. Okay, so Sunday night, we are going into Sunday night. The Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau. So, where do I see this going with this prediction? So, I usually go for Green Bay for this prediction, but unfortunately, we saw in the last game, Aaron Rodgers just could not utilize his new receiving core. Now that Devontae Adams is no longer with the team, he gets traded to the Las Vegas Raiders, and Aaron Rodgers is in huge trouble right now because I mean, what they should have done, the Packers, is give Devontae Adams the money. Let Jordan Love actually be the quarterback. You've drafted him for a reason to possibly replace uh, Aaron Rodgers. But no, you decided to extend Aaron Rodgers' contract, and now he's going to be a Green Bay Packer forever. And a lot of people were pretty pissed about it and just suffered major backlash because of it, of what Green Bay did. On the other hand, Chicago absolutely won the game in their home stadium despite field conditions. And of course, you had Justin Fields, who just wasn't doing his job as a quarterback in the first half, but in the second half, he started bringing life into that offense. So, my prediction for this one, I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears just because uh, I feel like Justin Fields can utilize his weapons for his receiving core and his running backs. Uh, David uh, David Montgomery, and then you had Khalil Herbert uh, with the running back core. Packers, if they want to win a game, they better start utilizing their new wide receiver, Christian Watson, their second round wide receivers. He's got to step up. The other wide receivers as well, they got to step up. Aaron Rodgers has got to step up if they want to become kings of the North again. So I'm going to go with Chicago just because I just feel like they are a better uh, team on offense and on defense. They got Matt Eberflus, who was the Colts defensive coordinator guru that literally put the Colts defense up top in the top 5. So the Bears 21, the Packers 17. Okay, so we got a twofer for Monday nights. So the Tennessee Titans are at the Buffalo Bills. So what's my prediction on this game? So I am definitely going to go with the Buffalo Bills because we basically saw Josh Allen kill it uh, in Los Angeles against the Rams. He absolutely crushed them into oblivion. I mean, Josh Allen is probably right now one of the best quarterbacks in this league. I mean, the Bills is a Super Bowl contender. I mean, you could definitely say the Bills are the AFC contenders. Just the way they are playing and what they have on both offense and defense. Titans still trying to get their foot in the ground. Uh, of course, Derrick Henry was hurt last year. He's back at full strength. A.J. Brown no longer with the team. They drafted Treylon Burks, which I have yet to see his full potential to replace A.J. Brown in Tennessee. Although he did catch some passes, he did look good. I kind of see maybe Treylon Burks to get more production, to get more yards in the future. I just see it coming. So you've drafted him to replace A.J. Brown. I definitely see him possibly doing more than what A.J. Brown did for the Titans. So my prediction for this game, the Bills win it 34-28. Bills winning it. Okay, so the final game of week 2. The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Philadelphia Eagles at Philadelphia. So, where do I see this prediction going? Uh, I do like both these teams. I think these are like my favorite NFC teams right now. They both played well. Uh, I think this could actually be a shootout game uh, for the final game. When that's said, I'm gonna go with the Eagles just because Jalen Hurts just looks absolutely amazing. He's a dual threat quarterback. He's definitely going to be a giant threat uh, for any defense. I mean, the dude can run, the dude can throw. He's got A.J. Brown, who is absolutely doing phenomenal for the Philadelphia Eagles after getting traded from the Tennessee Titans. I mean, Jalen Hurts has his wide receiver. Not to mention, he's got Devontae Smith, who we are still waiting to see what he can do for this one. So hopefully he can bounce back. Dallas Goedert, they got him. Eagles reloaded their defense. They brought in Chauncey Gardner-Johnson from the Saints. James Bradbury got his first pick six as a Philadelphia Eagle. Darius Slay. I mean, they're loaded on cornerbacks on this one. They're loaded on offense and defense. Philadelphia has talent on both sides of the ball. So, when it comes to the Vikings, though, yeah, Kirk Cousins is above average, if not, again, like Alex Smith. So, and also, Justin Jefferson, definitely one of those great wide receivers who, in my mind, is probably one of the best wide receivers in this league. So, I do question the Vikings defense for this game as well as a team. I just think the Eagles are going to win it just because they are very talented on both sides of the ball. Vikings, they're basically talented just because they have a healthy Dalvin Cook and they have the awesome superstar Justin Jefferson. My final prediction for this game is the Eagles 27, the Vikings 20. Okay, guys, so there you go. There is my prediction for week 2 of this prediction video. So, also, I like to make a special announcement. I am happy to say that I will be joining the Steelers YouTube channel, Steel Twins, for next week's prediction for week 3. So I will not be making a video for my channel, but I will be on the channel of the Steel Twins, doing predictions with them. So I'm a little excited to do that with them. And huge shout out to the Steel Twins. So, I will put their YouTube channel link in the description down below. So go ahead and check me out with the Steel Twins as well as the Steel Twins YouTube channel. Probably one of the best Steelers YouTubers out there, if not one of the best. So, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on my channel. Peace out, y'all.